guys. Just real quick, I had a couple subscribers. John WJ666, definitely a good song if that's a Iron Man reference. Number of the Beast, good song. And Katiecheyenne. Both of them had questions about how to set up a monitor mix, and I touched on it in a few other videos, and I did one that was all on setting it up, but maybe it was a little confusing, so I'm gonna kind of go over it again. So basically what you want to do is your mixer is going to have either an aux or a monitor, whatever your mixer is going to say. But we're going to talk about the send. You want to, and the best way to, I guess, learn it or get used to it or to kind of understand it is the whole chain of effects of how you want the sound to come out of your speakers. It has to go through a lot of different things, and the more you get into doing live sound, the more things you're going to have to put that signal through. But most basic thing is to get your voice into a microphone. Well, that's easy. All you got to do is talk into it. But what happens after that? So, well, now, because it's a wireless mic, this transmits my voice to a receiver, and then out of that receiver, it needs to go somewhere. Where does it go? Well, we got to put it to the mixer. And then where? Well, it eventually has to come out of the speakers, and in order to do that, you have to power the speaker, and you use an amp. But a lot of stuff happens in between. Now, if I'm the lead singer of a band, which I'm not, because I don't have the voice for it, but if I were, and I need to hear myself on stage, this is how we would do it. Okay, so I talk into the microphone, it goes into the mixer. Now, there's a difference between pre-fader and post-fader. Pre-fade is before the fader, which means it's right after the gain, but before everything else, before the EQ, before the balance, before everything else. So you want to get a good gain structure set up. That's basically just, making sure you're at zero, at unity, you're getting a good signal, you're not clipping, you're not too low, and, well, that's a different thing. So, but once you're set up, now you want to send, if I'm a lead singer and I want to hear my voice through a monitor, I need to send that somewhere. What I do is I send it to an EQ. I want to make sure that if for some reason I put my microphone down because I'm listening to the crowd, it's right by, I don't know if you guys can see it. No, it's not in the frame, but down here I have the monitor speaker, and I'm actually pointing it right at the speaker. I'm moving it around a little bit. I'm not getting any feedback because I have the gain structure set up good, and because I'm using an EQ, and because I happen to have this on a compressor. So, unless I talk into it, no sound comes out. So, real quick though. So, we're going to use the aux 1 pre-fade send. We're going to send that to the EQ, and then out of the EQ, it's going to go into the amp, out of the amp, and into the speaker, and out of the speaker. So that's how the whole thing works, and that's really how you have to think of it. Is what's the whole chain of events that has to happen, and everything has an in and an out. Goes in, out of the receiver, into the mixer, out of the mixer, and so on. And if you think of it that way, because that's what helped me, it may help you. And I'm hoping that it does help everyone, make it a little easier to understand. And the more things that you put in between the signal that you want amplified and the actual speaker, there's a lot of things involved. But if you break it down, and after practicing and after messing around with it, and you really have to do it a lot to get the hang of it, so that it's just a reaction. It's not, well, did I do this, or, well, did I plug that in? And because once a lot of this stuff is plugged into one another, it gets kind of confusing because you're seeing wires everywhere, cables everywhere. just it can get quite frustrating. So take it in step, take it nice and easy, start to finish, and that's good for shooting too, because like if you're getting like a hum, or you're getting some kind of noise, or maybe you're not getting any signal at all, you got to try to backtrack and say, okay, well, is this plugged in properly? Do I have this plugged in properly? Is it plugged in at all? All kinds of things. And it all goes back to from the first thing. If you're going to set up a microphone for a singer, if you're not getting a level here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you're not getting a level somewhere when you first plug this thing in, then that's what you should be looking at, is what did you plug in first. If that works, and then everything's good, and then maybe you plug it into an EQ, and now you're not getting a signal, well, then you know where to go. And just take it easy, take it slow, and you guys will get the hang of it. So I want to thank John WJ666 and Katie Cheyenne for subscribing, for watching, and for leaving some good comments. And I'm more than happy to help. And if anyone else has any other questions about anything, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you out any way I can. So, all right, guys, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. All right, later. Bye-bye. Later. Okay, so we're at the mixer. Now, some of you have seen this mixer before, but just in case if you guys haven't, this is the Yamaha MX. Oh, let me move the tape here. Maybe you guys can see it. 12.4. Oh, actually, it wasn't in the frame anyway. Okay, so now your mixer that you have may say aux send. Mine says monitor 1 and effects / monitor 2. But whatever it is, this is what we're going to use for the monitor. Now, we're only going to use this one right here, because this is our pre-fader aux send. Now this is at the fan end of my stage snake. If you guys don't know what a stage snake is, go check out my stage snake. I think it's the live sound basic setup stage snake video. It's actually the most popular one, so definitely go check it out. Now, what that does is we're going to send everything we want in a monitor mix to auxiliary 1 send, or my monitor 1 send. And then we're going to move over to the rack over here. And okay, so now once it comes out of the board, I have it going straight into the DBX EQ, and out of the EQ into the QSC amp right here, out of the amp and into and through this monitor. This is, whoa, okay, let's back that up a little bit. Okay, sorry about that. Really heavy lens, it almost fell right out. Okay, so this is just a PV little 10-inch speaker. That's what I'm using just for now, just for this purpose to do the video. So that's the basic chain of things. Is out of the board, your aux 1, out of the board, and I put it into an EQ, out of the EQ into the amplifier over there, out of the amplifier and through the speaker. And hello, there's my new mark, and there's some shoes, and there's my drum set. Yay. Okay, so that's basically the whole chain of things. As far as let me zoom in a little bit on the EQ and focus. Those two little red lights you see there, one of that is a low cut. We want to cut the low out of most monitor mixes, unless you have a singer that's got a really deep voice and you want to pick that up. But for the most part,
you know, use a low cut. That'll get rid of a lot of handling noise, a lot of stage noise, and that kind of thing. And it'll definitely help with eliminating some feedback. You know, so take the lows out. You know, 2K, 2.5K is usually a bit of a problem. You know, so definitely tinker around with it. You're definitely, you know, it's trial and error. A lot of people do videos on, you know, EQs and compressors and, you know, how to set them up. But for the most part, just play around with it, and eventually you'll kind of get the hang of it. I mean, I still stumble once in a while and can't quite, you know, get a good sound. But you want to make sure you're getting a good sound coming out of your monitors for whoever needs it. So, all right, guys. So, any other questions? Definitely let me know. All right.